What's up, guys? It's SneaksXD here, and I got a pretty funny story for y'all. So it all started back when I was in my freshman year of high school, and there was this guy. I'm not going to name any names, but me and him were in this group conversation on this app called Kick, which I'm pretty sure all of you know. It was me, him, and a couple of my friends, and my friends are also his friends. So yeah, we were all in the conversation, just roasting each other, normal high school bullshit. So me and him roasting each other, and it got pretty serious at one point. And we were all arguing, and one of my friends was instigating it out of, I guess, humor for himself. But me and the guy got pretty serious with each other, and one thing led to another. He was calling me names, saying I was like ugly and poor and a bunch of shit, which is not true. And keep in mind, guys, this all went on for like 3 days, like him just talking trash. Like everyone else was done roasting each other, he was still talking trash to me. And I'm the type of person that I don't take bullshit. I mean, I don't care what people say about me, but when people start talking about my family and my wealth, that's when I get pretty serious. And that's just what he was doing. So he was talking about a bunch of bullshit. Next thing you know, it got to the point where he wanted to fight me. I don't know why, but like I don't remember what things we were saying to each other. I just know the fact he was like just making fun of my family and stuff. So he said like 3 times that I bet you won't fight me. I'm not just gonna pussy out and be like, oh no, I'm not gonna fight you, bro. I'm scared. I said, you know what? Fine, I'll fight. And this was probably a bad decision because of the fact that there's consequences for fighting, and we planned to do this at school, guys. Keep that in mind. And at school, the next day at school, we were supposed to fight then, but he had like lunch detention or something, so it didn't happen that day. So our high school fight got postponed to the next day. So next day comes, and everything is pretty awkward for me leading up to the fight because we walked past each other several times during class changes, and I remember just the look he would give me. It was like some dumb look. It was funny. Well, it wasn't funny at the time, but now that I think about it, it's kind of funny. So we were planning to fight during lunch. Lunchtime comes around, I go up to the office to get my lunch, and then I just immediately put it in my locker so I can head outside. Me and one of my friends head outside, but the first one's out there, and it's cold as fuck outside during the time. And I'm out there in like a maroon polo shirt. And we're just waiting for everybody to come outside. Next thing you know, I see like a crowd of people come outside, which is really confusing because not a whole lot of people knew this was going to happen. It was just like I see like 5 people. Next thing you know, half the damn school is outside, and the school was really small. It had like maybe 300, 500 kids in the school, if even. So, all these people come outside. Then I see the guy come outside, and he didn't even have no type of posse with him or anything. He just came out by himself, and next thing you know, he stands in front of me. I'm standing in front of him. And I remember the words he said to me. He was like, "You sure you want to do this?" And I was like, "You said you wanted to fight, so let's fight." And next thing you know, we both put our hands up, and everything happened so fast. Like to me, when we were into it, it felt like it lasted for like 5 minutes, but it really lasted probably about 1 minute, if even. And from what I remember him throwing punches. I was throwing punches. None of his punches landed, which was the funny part. I don't even recall any of mine landing either. But I don't know. And I was just dodging all of his punches. And the next thing you know, like I forgot to mention he's twice my size, by the way. So he manages to like push me onto I don't even remember, but I just remember falling onto the ground over some mulch, and he gets on top of me, and he's still trying to throw punches. All of his punches were still missing, which is funny as hell. And I used my foot to push his chest off. Like I pushed him on his chest to get him off of me, and then I kicked him in the side of his face as hard as I could, and it like stunned him, and it gave me enough time for me to get up. And he was like holding me around my waist or something, like trying to make sure that I wouldn't get up. And then next thing you know, some big white guy with muscles, he's like bald, he just comes out of nowhere and just shoves me. And like he shoves me off of the sidewalk, and I almost fall off the ground. Like I remember what he said before he pushed me. He was like, "What are you doing?" And then he just pushed me. He didn't even push the other guy. Like, I'm black, all right. Let's just say that. And the other guy who I was fighting was white. It was a white school, and he comes up and pushes the black guy off, even though both of them are fighting. I'm not gonna get into that, but come pushes me, and I'm just standing there like, what the hell? And I'm not going to try to fight that guy because he was like some big ass bodybuilder, and I knew for a fact that he would have beaten my ass. But that's getting off topic. So everyone's walking away, and one of the teachers steps outside, and he goes, "What's going on?" And some random guy who's walking by, he was like, I don't know, asked him. He was the one who was fighting. So next thing you know, it's just me and the teacher outside, and this teacher's pretty cool. He was the gym teacher. Well, not the gym teacher, but a basketball coach. And he's like, "What's going on? What are you fighting for?" And I'm like, I just didn't even say anything. I just nodded my head. And he was like, "Man, you can't be fighting." He just walks off, and I'm out there just walking alone. A few minutes pass by, and I decide to go back into the school building. And I go in, and everyone just surrounds me immediately, asking what happened. And they're saying, "Oh, I left a footprint inside of his face." And at the time, I didn't really care. But now that I think about it, it's kind of funny that I left the footprint on the side of his face. I was wearing some polo shoes at the time, so I'm pretty sure the little horse logo was on his cheek. And that was there for a while. And I see him on the other end of the hallway. No, no, no. I was talking with a group of people that I know, and he just comes up, and I'm just staring at him, like wondering why he's even there. And I walk off, go into a room. Lunch is over. And for the rest of the day, people are still talking about the fight. Later that day, I got called up to the principal's office, and I already knew what he was going to talk about. It was pretty obvious. And he's talking to me, asking me about what happened, how did it all start, who it was. He knew who it was, but he was just asking me, I guess, out of stupidity. I don't know why he asked me, but that's besides the point. He wanted to call my mom, and I didn't want him to do that because I didn't want him to talk to my mom because I knew that he was going to say some stuff that would make me look really bad. So he left the room for something, and I decided to call my mom myself because he left the phone right there. So I pick up the phone, dial my mom's number, and I tell her what happened, how it all started. And she wasn't even really upset. I mean, she was upset the fact that I got into a fight and that I was going to get suspended. But, it's my mom. While we're talking, the teacher comes back. The principal comes back into the room. And he's like, "Is that your mom on the phone?" I was like, "Yeah." So he asks to speak to her, and I give him the phone. And he basically tells her everything that I said. And she understands. And bottom line, I got suspended. Fast forward, I'm back in school, and me and the guy are all of a sudden cool with each other, like nothing ever happened. But of course, people still talk about the fight and everything that went on. But me and him became cool, and still to this day, me and him are friends now. And we don't really talk about that. Like sometimes in like an Xbox party or whatever, my our friends will bring it up just for laughs. But it's not a big deal. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. I hope it wasn't too short. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And this is my first video, by the way. And I was going to wait until I actually got a capture card and a microphone to actually make videos. But I got too eager and I said, fuck it. So I'm just going to start making videos. Yeah, subscribe for more. Peace out.